apparently, nagsalita si Secretary Yasa, sinabi nga niya na merong puzzle raw yung mga members ng ASEAN. So siguro, doon ang Vietnam, doon ang Indonesia. Sila ang mga medyo kabado sa nangyayari. Vietnam, dahil immediate ang threat sa kanila. No? Ang Indonesia naman, yung Natuna Island, Natuna Sea nila, yung fishing area nila, medyo nag-overlap yung 9-dash line ng China doon.
Alam mo, ang pinakamagandang natin kailangan tingnan siguro dito. And because, you know, like sabi ng 0906-665-5288, my message is we have all the rights to claim the West Philippine Sea. You know, we may have all the rights in the world, but might is right. So if you have no ability to reinforce it, wala kang magagawa, no? In other words, the question that we must look at now is, how do we plan the events over the next 3 to 4 years that will not sweep away the UNCLOS decision, but to move it forward maybe even gradually one step at a time?
Yeah, ang kailangan natin balance, no? Everything, balik na naman sa Vietnam. Kasi Vietnam is so good in the balancing act. Sabi mo, tuloy ang diplomasya nila, bumibisita yung presidente nila, yung secretary general nila sa China, tuloy ang trade nila. Pero pag kumilos ang China, ikilos agad ang Vietnam. At the same time, tuloy-tuloy din ang pagpapalakas ng kanilang military. You know, the GDP of Vietnam is much smaller than the GDP of the Philippines. Pero they're able to develop a very strong military. Ang dami nilang mga fighter jets doon. Kabibili lang nila ng sabay, $3.8 billion. Ang Indonesia, ganun din. Of course, ang Indonesia, ang GDP is about 3 times our GDP now. No? So they have more capability. But they're a big country to run also. But they do not overlook their military. Nakita mo, ang isang sa tingin ko doon, napaka-strong ang message. Si President Jokowi, nung magsalita siya about his policy with respect to Natuna Sea and with respect to the relationship with China, doon sa tumayo sa kanilang corvette, yung corvette na binili nila sa East Germany, and he delivered a message on board that corvette. So, strong ang message. At the same time, ang Indonesia sent a delegation to the US asking for US assistance in upgrading their naval base fronting the Natuna Sea. So, balancing din, but tuloy pa rin ang kanilang relationship with China. So, balance it. Yes, balance.
That is where maturity and wisdom have to come in. That we don't give away too much in order to get something in return. And that in the exchange, kailangan tayo medyo nagkakaroon ng pabor kesa sa yung iba.
Oh.
Total, ito tayo, napakaliit na bansa natin, napakahirap ng ating kalagayan. Kanya lang, ito naman maganda ang question of pumasok 0930-686-4069. Kasi siguro marami pa rin tao hanggang ngayon, tataka, ba pinaglalabanan ninyo dyan sa West Philippine Sea? Tanong niya si Roilo, bakit po ba pinag-aawayan ng West Philippine Sea? Ano ba meron dyan?
Dagat. Ang size ng ating exclusive economic zone is about 2.2 million square kilometers. Oo.
Malaki.
Malaki yun. Malaki yun. So, isa tayo sa may pinakamalaking exclusive economic zone. Kapaligid, kasi archipelago tayo. Halos kalahati niyan, West Philippine Sea. Sabihin natin, 1 million square kilometers. Napakalaki. Andyan ang kayamanan ng dagat, yamang dagat, isda, minerals, oil, plus
Gas.
Strategic position. Meron kang buffer. Parang sa lupa, yung ordinary lupa, meron kang easement doon. Hindi sa iyo yan, pero yung sidewalk na yan nasa harapan ng bahay mo, hindi pwede mo standby mo kung sino-sinong tao dyan na walang dahilan. Buffer mo yan. Hindi sila pwede makialam dyan. Ganun din ang exclusive economic zone natin. Kaya nung manalo, nung lumabas yung UNCLOS, yung UNCLOS, 1989, lumabas yan, 1982, I'm sorry. Tuwan-tuwa ang Pilipinas noon. Wow, biro mo, ang in-award sa atin, 2.2 million square kilometers. Kaya lang, pumasok yung kontrabida na China. Ang exclusive economic zone ng China is only about 800,000 square kilometers. Mas malaki yung atin. Malaking bansa sila, but because we are an archipelago, mas malaki ang ating exclusive economic. Kaya siguro, naiingit ang China sa atin.
Nainggit ha. Ay,
Mas
nako.
marami, mas malaking dagat natin kaysa sa kanila.
Kanya ngayon gusto nila ang kining lahat.
That's right. O. Kaya yan, kailangan pag-ingatan natin yan dahil yung iisi natin nakapaligid, baka mamaya pag makadama sila, nakadama na nga, no? Sa west side natin, baka pati east side natin, ambisyon din nila.
Well, I think because of that UNCLOS decision though, whatever militarization or occupation that China obtains now will forever be declared invalid.
That's right, illegal.
Illegal.
Yun ang napahiya sila niya, yung kanilang 9-dash line na pinagmamalaki, that was declared illegal by the arbitral tribunal. And that helps also Malaysia, Vietnam,
as well as Indonesia.
Indonesia that go-overlap sa kanilang Natuna Sea.
Hmm.
Kaya marami din kakampi dyan hindi tayo nag-iisa dyan Kaya nga sabi ko nga, nabasa natin na merong mga bansa ng ASEAN na gustong isama itong issue na ito dito sa ASEAN meeting, itong ito, na tayo post.
Months ago, I was proposing something that the Southeast Asian nations should do when they meet. Why don't they forge a cooperative military posture whereby the cost of maintaining that posture in order to defend their claims there from intrusion by anybody else might be shared in common. Do you think that might work?
Alay ko hindi papasayan. Kasi ayaw nilang gawing military yung relationship. They want to make it commercial, economic,
China na kung may gusto
social.
niya.
Tayo rin.
Ayaw ng
Naalala
China
mo, meron
mag-access
tayong
sa Thailand.
Southeast Asia Treaty Organization na una.
Oo.
Pero nawala na yun. No? Kasi hindi sila komportable. Kasi iba-iba din yung mga agenda Kaya mahirap tumukma yung agenda. Kasi ang mga concerned countries dyan, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, and Vietnam, and of course China, pinakapaligid yung tinatawag na coastal states of the South China Sea. Doon pa lang baka magkaroon ng
Tingin mo, politically it may not be attainable.
I think pagkakaroon niya ng mga bilateral o kaya pagkakaroon ng mga alliances in another area not connected with ASEAN. Kaya nga sabi ko nga, we are seeing an emerging alliance triggered by China's assertiveness. At ito, mga informal, yun na lang ginawa ng Japan. Ang tingin ko dyan, that is a few steps towards an alliance with China, with Japan leading the way. And, when Japan is there, the US is there.
Politically, it may not yet be time.
That's right.
But hopefully in the future, baka pumwede some kind of alliance and sharing of the cost of vigilance. But only in the event of an attack from an external force, not among each other.
But right now, andyan na rin yung mga alliances, mga formal na yun, like the Philippines, continues to be a treaty ally of the United States. Japan is a treaty ally of the US, together with South Korea. US has pledged to protect Taiwan, which is a power in that vicinity. And then New Zealand and Australia are treaty allies of the United States also. Singapore, hindi treaty ally, but it has allowed its facility to be used as a base ng kanilang yung littoral combat ship ng US Navy. And of course, India is there. Meron silang joint exercises, yung Malabar exercise, India, Japan, and the United States. And the last exercise held near Japan, so in Okinawa area.
Alright, 0909387957 from Ramil Gutierrez. Later, what are the benefits to our country once we claimed our rights to the West Philippine Sea? Now, it's not a question of what benefits do we get. Those were benefits we were enjoying before.
It is ours. Yeah.
It's ours. So if we enforce our right
That's
over
our
what is
exclusive
ours,
economic zone.
Exclusive economic
Hindi
zone.
na iniisip kung anong benepisyo. It's ours. It's ours. Nasa constitution natin to protect. Yeah. The state shall protect our exclusive economic, the marine resources within our exclusive economic zone, territorial sea, continental shelf.
Our problem is not what benefit we will get. Our problem is, can we protect?
Well, we can, kung talagang gusto natin. Oo.
Will it be a futile effort?
Di naman, siguro, dahil alam mo, totoo, no, ayaw nating girahin yung China, at hindi naman talaga hantong sa gera. And I also believe that China also does not want to go to war. Kasi alam mo, pag ginawa nila yan, sila rin masisira economically. Meron silang vision of becoming the #1 power by 2049. Pag nagkaroon ng gulo, masisetback sila. So many decades.
Maybe that is not going to be as difficult for them. Because the nations that they will go to war with in Southeast Asia are so small that on their own, based on their own capabilities, China can overcome them in 48 hours.
No, pero hindi yun eh. You know, in ganito, it will become a bigger issue because the world will enter the picture. The world will enter the picture by way of economic sanctions, by way of maybe cutting off trade relations, by way of destroying the good image. And China is very concerned about the good image also.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we were talking before about that book, the Centennial War, no?
100-year marathon.
Marathon,
By
rather.
Pillsbury.
That ang gusto ng China, they want to be on top of the economic totem pole, economically and militarily,
By 2049.
by 2049. And that everybody else will kowtow.
They will be the world hegemon.
The world's hegemony power. So, kung yun ang hinahanap nila, I tell you, these nations in Southeast Asia are a small price to pay. Economically and even militarily. To get these economic nations around the Southeast Asia that contend for the South China Sea, from a military standpoint,
Pero katulad siya na hindi lang military laban dyan. Tingnan mo nangyari sa Crimea. It was very easy for Russia to control the eastern part of Ukraine. No? Kasi their presence there, sila ang big lord ng Black Sea. Meron silang naval base sa Sebastopol. They have the advantage of proximity. Pero anong ginawa ng mundo? Nagkaroon ng mga economic sanctions. It became very costly for Russia until now. They're paying for it. Dito sa China, pag kumilos ang China ng ganyan, to suppress militarily the smaller countries nearby, there will be a cost also. Baka yung trade nila sa EU will be affected. Yung trade nila with the US will be affected. With Taiwan, with other countries will be affected. Hindi naman sila ganun ka-stable ba? Baka pag ganyan nangyari, yung baka bigla na ng overnight, 100 million Chinese workers walang trabaho. They will have a terrible, a horrible domestic problem there pag yun ang mangyari.
in other words, wala kang ikikilos dito that may not have a consequence in other
May
areas.
mga consequential damages pa sa nila.
And that is what every nation that goes to war. But you know, in
Alam mo,
these,
kausap ko si Edward Luttman. You know, he's a known strategist. Personally, we were together for 3 days dito. I hosted him. Ang sabi niya, China will think twice, 3 times before going to war with these small countries in Asia because it will cost them economically. It will be easy militarily, but it will cost them economically because there will be repercussions. See, they're dependent on export.
yeah, well, kaya wala ka namang pwedeng gawin na walang konsekwensya. And sometimes, dito nagkakamali because they compute it wrongly kung anong konsekwensya, so they make mistakes.
Yeah, well, but if you look at the history of mankind, parating gano'n, mayroong miscalculation. In fact, mayroong tinatawag na the folly, no, of
Folly of
countries.
war.
Folly of war, folly of countries. No? by Barbara Tokman. Barbara Tokman studied so many